love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up, it's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't be scared. Just level up. Don't be
All right. What is up, you heathens and demons, you sinners and saints, you beautiful blasphemous bastards? Welcome back to Knock TV. I am your boy, Nakasuchi. Getting this thing going again, and I'm fully prepared for the grind. Gonna get back in this game. What y'all doing tonight? What y'all doing? Fairly busy day at work. Now it's time to chill, have a little bit of fun. I'm going to take a gamble, try to review some stuff. I should make a disclaimer. That everything I review is for religious or educational purposes. What's up, the freak? Anybody that's going to join, anybody that's going to watch the playback. I should create a disclaimer that everything I do is for educational purposes, so idiotic Christians can learn about atheists and how we think. So in that endeavor tonight, I think I found videos I should be able to cover without worry. Now I'm gonna be really pissed if I catch another strike tonight, because I literally picked videos that other people, let me move this away from my mouth a little bit, that other people have already reviewed. That's how I found the videos. Like, my criteria was, all right, other people had already reviewed this shit. They didn't get a strike. I'm going to be okay. And I was looking for questions from Christians for atheists. And I didn't really watch any of them. I watched a little bit, but not too much. I did my ADHD thing, but I didn't really want to watch them. I don't want to come in prepared to answer these questions. I'm pretty sure most people that answer these questions from Christians, they prepare their answers, they think them out, maybe even do a little research so they can give the best answer. Not your boy. This is a reflection of just how atheists think. And, I'm going to probably have a bunch of my own questions that I'm going to send out there for Christians as we go through this. And it'll probably be intertwined with my answers, or I'll probably have an answer for each question and then, the same answer for each question as well. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet. We'll play this by ear. What's going on, Marty? What's going on, everybody that's going to watch this? I am back. The Raging Atheist is back. I'm going to be starting a new channel. I'm not, I've been back for, yesterday I wanted to rush into it. Today I'm like, nah, I really need to focus on working as much as I can. It's going to cost me about $1,500 to fix my brakes. Both brake pads in my car need to be replaced, and it'd be a relatively easy fix if it was just the brake pads, but the calibers have to be replaced as well. Yeah, it's roughly like the estimate I got is $1,300. I'm gonna save $1,500 and hope I can throw an oil change in there as well. And I got to do that in the next 2 weeks. That's my goal. I got to save $1,500 in the next 2 weeks so I can throw my car in the fucking shop, then get on rent, and then after the breaks, I'm still gonna have a little bit of work to do. But we're almost there with the car. What's going on, BigZebra.com, Trusty8? Yeah, man, all these. The core is still here, and that's what I like seeing. So, I am having an issue like I really want to get back at this, right? I've been away from my brother for a year now, and it just wasn't working when I tried to do this when I first got away from my brother. But like for 2 years, I lived with my brother. I was helping him out. And I quickly found out that I was living with a fascist, narcissist prick. And he literally told me I was not allowed to stream politics or about God while I lived with him. This is a person that pretends to be a liberal. He calls himself a liberal. In fact, he would try to lecture me about how I need to be a better liberal, and I'm like, bro, I'm like a socialist. Shut the fuck up. This is a person that pretends to be a liberal while he tried to convert me to Trumpism and tried to tell me that I need to just kind of take the shit the Trump family members would give me, let them talk their shit, and just not say anything back. Learn about NASCAR as well. That's another thing I needed to do. I needed to learn about NASCAR. Right, so I'm not with that prick anymore, right? Like, this is like the last person in my family I actually had in my life. He's my brother. I've known him since he was born. He's my younger brother, and I don't have a brother anymore. And one of these days I'm going to go into it. But like, now that I can actually do this, and now that I have a fast speed internet, tomorrow I should be picking up a webcam tomorrow, so I can have a video feed again. I want to do it. I really want to, and not just build up a new channel. I want to save the Raging Atheist if it's possible. I want to get that going too, because I did such great work here, and I really want to just fucking do it. Even though I don't really know what content I want to put out, even though I don't know the parameters of kind of what I can do anymore. Like YouTube seems to really like not like reactionary content, as I found out. That could have been just fucking Jubilee being Jubilee. Yeah, my brother. Like, one of these days, I'm gonna talk about my brother. My brother's I call him the Great Pretender. He really likes to pretend. He really, really cares what people think about him. So I'm the type of person. And I'll get into what I want to talk about tonight, because I do need to go to bed. I am planning on doing a full day work tomorrow. But I'm the type of person, if I could find what I was going to say. No, I lost it. It doesn't matter. I'll talk shit about my brother another day. He's something, my brother. He's something. But I'm away from that now. My daughter's away from that now. I will say, like, I should have never left my apartment. If I would have never left my apartment, I don't think I would have been gone as long as I've been gone. I think I would have probably taken about 6 months to kind of recoup my brain. But then I don't think I would have healed fully either. I might have just came back and jumped right back into talking shit about Smokey and Will once Smokey had come back. I think it was probably a good thing that it worked out this way. And now I want to be at it, right? But I also have a job now that I set my own schedule. I can work as much as I want. I can make as much money as I want to make that day. But I have to be out there working to make that money, so... I'm making more money than I've ever made. I just started doing it, and I want to do things. I want to invest in this. I want to go buy a background, but I also need to make sure that my car is going to be okay. So it's as they say, more money, more problems. And for me, a little bit more money means I have a little more access to fix long-stemming problems. So what's up, APM Secular Pagan Mom? Good to see you back. So I'm back doing this thing, and I'm gonna be talking mad shit about Trump, but that's no surprise. But I really want to focus on religion again. I want that to be my main focus when I'm here on the Raging Atheist, especially. I want to tear into Christians and Christianity and Abrahamics again. I'll probably end up tearing into like fundamental spiritual Buddhists as well. I have some things to say about that type as well. So I'm ready to go. I'm roaring to go. The Raging Atheist is back. And tonight we're going to be answering some silly fucking questions from people that I found other atheists answering their questions. I didn't look at their questions. I didn't look at their answers that atheists give them. I'm sure mine aren't going to be as good as theirs. I hope it's going to be entertaining, though. I was back and forth on which one to start with. One of these guys, like pretty much everybody's going to know. I put him last, so if I decide not to do the third one, he would be last. I can't quite remember his real name, but it's like Trinity Radio. He had 10 questions that everybody answered a couple years ago. Now he has 5 questions in the 2025. I'm gonna answer those cold. I'm gonna answer all of these questions kind of cold. Like I watched a little bit of this first one just because the YouTuber said this was like the dumbest Christian ever. So I'm like, I have to see a little bit, and I agree, I think. So we're going to start with the dumbest, and we're going to work our way through this. It is 9:40, so I better be quick about it. So yeah, let's get back into some rage shit. This first one's from a channel called Edwin Joshua. I'm kind of punching down here. He's only 30 subscribers. But really, like, I'm probably, how many people do I got watching right now? I'm about 10, And even outside of that, this guy's a Christianity. He's a Christian. He's a part of Christianity. So I don't really think you can punch down there when you're an atheist. I'm the minority here. So, this guy, he's on one. And he looks special. Although I will give him some props real quickly before we get into his idiocy. And I'm going to answer his stupid fucking questions as best as I can. And I might have what I consider to be some really good questions in return. But I'm going to give this dude some props here because this dude has some razor game. Like, this dude is not a Christian, CJ Cox, that doesn't know what the fuck a razor is. In fact, this dude has some really good fucking razors, and he's got a really good fucking razor game, and I'm kind of jealous. I'm not gonna lie. His lines are fucking fresh. He's got it all the way down underneath that jawline, bro. That is some fucking fresh razor work right there. I'm gonna give you my props, my dude. It's the only props you're gonna get from me tonight. I am the Raging Atheist, and you're gonna ask me some really stupid questions, and I'm gonna pretend you're asking them of me personally. And you're kind of lucky you're not like in one of my rooms asking me these stupid ass fucking questions, especially when I was drinking. I might have hurt your feelings. So let's get into it.
Make a quick video here, as quick as I possibly can. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I have a question for you atheists out there, and I put atheists in quotations because
please explain.
You just can't prove. You can't prove that God is there or not.
Oh, I really wish I had a camera feed. You totally see me in my Ronnie Earl face, putting Christians in quote right now because you just can't prove your God exists. Especially your Christian God exists. Like, you just can't prove your God exists. So I'm going to put you in fucking quotes to demean you and take away everything that you think that you are. And honestly, somebody should do that to you. Like, to your fucking face. Like I wish I knew this dude in real life, because every time I'd see him, he'd catch that shit, right? Every time I'd see him, it'd be some air fucking quotes. I wouldn't even have to say the word Christian, because he'd know. He'd fucking know.
You can't. At best, you're agnostic. Okay. So, since you believe,
you know, like I'm really sick of that, because so many people get that, like they say that shit. At best, you're agnostic. Every single atheist on this planet is agnostic. Every single atheist on this planet is agnostic. It comes with being an atheist. It comes with being a fucking atheist. So, if I've got my terminology right, what agnostic is, what, like a lack of knowledge in a thing, right? Gnostic is knowledge in a thing, if I have my terminology right. Atheists merely answer a question slightly different than an agnostic does. Atheists say no, agnostics say I don't know. That's the fundamental difference. But every single atheist on this planet is an agnostic as well. And I would fucking argue most agnostics are actually atheists as well. They're just trying to be nice. They have to live in this world. And they think that's the best way to do it. There might be some people out there that are still on the fence, but most of them, deep down, they know the answer to the question. I don't know, while often the most honest answer is definitely a punt. It's a fucking punt. All right. So, I mean, and quite honestly, bro, you're agnostic. Christians are agnostic because they don't know. In fact, they'll even tell you that. They don't know. They have faith. So you're agnostic as well because you don't know. You just answer the question differently, like we do.
there is no God, whatever. How was this universe created? Okay.
So, like, he doesn't number his questions, I don't think. So I think I'm going to take that as, like, his first question. So, if there's no God, how was this universe created? And I'm going to do what I just told you as a punt. I'm going to say the honest answer and say, I don't know, bro. I wasn't fucking there. Neither were you. A lot of people have a lot of interesting ideas. A lot of ideas. Most ideas, I would say almost every other idea, it makes a lot more sense than the God hypothesis. A lot more sense. But bro, I'm 49 years old. I'll be lucky to see 70. I'm definitely not 6,000 years old, if that's how long you think the universe has been around, and I'm definitely not billions of years old. Now, there is evidence behind an expanding universe, so there is actual evidence behind a Big Bang. But, you know, you asked me a question, and I answered you honestly. I don't know how the universe was created. I highly doubt that Gandalf was there saying, "Let there be light, Frodo." You know, I highly doubt that that's what happened. But I don't know, bro. I'm agnostic when it comes to what happened at the beginning of the universe. But let me ask you a question, right? And in fact, we're going to do this. I'm going to pull up. I thought about, like, breaking out my Bible, but my Bible that I have is my mom's Bible. At least the one that I have access to now. I'm still kind of unpacking shit. I have like 3 Bibles, but the one that I can, like, get to right now is my mom's Bible. And I don't want to defile my mom's Bible with my sacrilege. I feel like that would be, like, utterly wrong, right? So I'll look up some Bible passages, and I'm gonna ask you questions about them. And maybe if you see this, you can respond to me and answer my questions. So let me think. Let me think about a Bible verse that I'm going to pull up. All right, let's pull up Genesis chapter 6. See if my computer will go right to it. I haven't done this in a while. We'll use Bible Gateway. I don't want that. All right. So Genesis, King James version, Genesis chapter 6. We'll go to 6:5. And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. So my question to you, Christian, is why do you worship and idolize a being that fucking hates you? That fucking hates you. Why worship a being that regrets the moment he decided to make you? I answered your question. If you see my video, you answer mine. How about that? Is that a deal, my man? Is that a deal? Is that a deal? I think that sounds like a deal. That's a good question, I think. Let's go back to your video.
Big Bang? From nothing? Oh no. Dark matter. Can you prove that? No. So let's take your theory. Big Bang, explosion. Object in motion stays in motion, correct? There is no way any particles that come from this explosion that happened billions of years ago could hold together, because they're continuing to move out from the explosions.
I think this dude smokes more weed than I do.
So there's no way for gravity to be created, because you need mass, all right. In order to create gravity. And it's not gravity.
Now, I'm not an astrophysicist. Like, I'm not even going to try to answer this bullshit. You're not even asking a question. You're just making a bunch of stupid fucking statements. I'll say this, like, what I do know about the Big Bang Theory is it started, like, all the mass in the universe was compacted together into this point, right? Like, and you know, like, I don't think anybody really knows how big that initial phase was, and we don't even really know, like, the very, very beginning. And I don't think anybody pretends to actually know the very, very, very beginning. But people have thoughts. Your thought is that Gandalf was there, you know, guarding the ring. Whatever. There's a lot of other thoughts, but we do see the universe still expanding, perpetual motion, whatever that. I just don't really get what you're trying to lay down here, my dude. I would say, like, maybe tone down on the indica, maybe cut over to a hybrid or a sativa. That would be my fucking best advice.
Tons. You see, scientists try to make that up because they were thinking,
Oh, Sal, you just don't know good razor game. Like, I have to give him props on his razor game. Yeah, I probably wouldn't do it myself, honestly. But I give him props on his razor game. You know, I've been paying extra close attention to CJ Cox, and CJ Cox seemingly doesn't know what a razor is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a problem. Object in motion stays in motions, and there's no way.
And you know, no knocks if you're bearded and it looks good.
Bind.
You know, like if you can rock it, then rock it. You know what I'm saying? But CJ Cox is not one of those dudes. CJ Cox needs the modern invention of a razor blade, and he just doesn't fucking use it. It's kind of gross.
Or come together to form the planets. You know, there's no way. Okay. So let's take.
I kid with CJ.
What about an implosion
he needs
after the explosion? Explosion happens, then an implosion. Okay. Then you only have one solid formation.
Huh?
If
Explosion,
that
implosion,
were
one solid
possible,
formation.
right?
Bro, like, I know you got rolled in the comments, and I'm gonna give you props that you left him up, but like he got rolled in these comments, y'all. Like none of those are supportive comments. Like none of these are supportive comments. Like bro's like most watched video is like his worst thing ever. You know, at least I can say the evangelical rapist, while bad production, it was one of the first videos I ever made. At least I was saying something, and I did get like a lot of good response, and I got a lot of angry responses from Christians too. But that's like my most watched videos, and I'm fucking proud of that shit. Bro has got to be like, God damn.
One solid piece of rock. And then what about the stars? And
Yeah, right.
else?
Godless Spectrum. Did I? It's like what? Like what? Like how do you even respond to that? Like none of it makes any sense, bro. Sativa, get off the indica. You can't handle it.
Okay, so let's once again take that and go. Okay, so it was an explosion, then an implosion, then another explosion. No, object in motion stays in motion.
Never do that again, dude. Ever. Your God is watching you. I'm about to cough myself to death. It's weird. Like that was like a delayed cough from the vape hit there. But your God is watching you. How dare you? Never do that again, bro. Never.
Motion. It continues to move out. It has no opportunity to stand still. And if, let's just say, the planets, right? And we are in motion, by the way. But the planets
Are we?
continue moving. Why do
Like the only thing in motion right now is like my head, because it's spinning itself in circles trying to wrap itself around what the fuck you're trying to lay down. I don't know. I don't think anybody knows. I can't even remember the atheist that reviewed you that I was like, yep, I can use that video. But whoever that was, they don't know either. I don't even have to watch dude's answers. And dude was just like, huh? The whole fucking video.
we still see the constellations in this exact same spot? Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
No
So
problem.
why do we see, I think that's our second actual question, maybe. And this is a tough one. I'll give bro props. Why are the constellations always in the same spot? Should somebody tell him? The constellations aren't always in the same spot. Right? Like, am I wrong about that? I don't think I'm wrong about that. I'm pretty sure I'm not wrong about that. But maybe I am. I don't know. I don't know much about constellations. But what the fuck? So, one, I don't understand how this is a fucking question. Yeah, we see different constellations throughout the year. Yeah, thank you, Godless Spectrumite. I'm like, I was starting to doubt myself, like just the insanity of what he's stating. But it's like, is he trying to make a case for like the flat globe Earth thing? To, you know, like we see the same constellations because we live on a flat Earth. I mean, I'm getting flat earther vibes, is what I'm getting from what little I can kind of piece together of this. Like, this is supposed to be questions for atheists, right? Like, what's the fucking name of this video? A question for quote unquote atheists. So a question. So it was only one question. I already answered it then. Like, I had more questions for you, bro. Like let's do it again. I'm gonna ask bro a question. Like, I might even hunt you down and demand you fucking answer my questions, bro. Like, you're not gonna like me very much. I'm the raging atheist. You might have actually heard of me before. A lot of Christians really used to hate me a lot. Now I'm kind of insignificant. All right, so let's pull up another Bible verse, and I'm gonna ask you a question about a Bible verse. So let's Let's pull up Exodus chapter 15, verse 8. Verse 8. So I'm trying to get the context of where I'm going here. If I want to read. So this is Moses singing a song about God. For he hath triumphed gloriously. The Lord is his strength and song, and he has become my salvation. He is my God. But I want to go down to verse 8, to 8 right there. And with the blast of thy nostrils, the water were gathered together. The flood stood upright as an heap, and the depths were congealed in the heart of the sea. And what it's saying there is like basically like God sneezed and there were seas. And I just have to ask you, like, how the fuck can you believe that, right? Like, how the fuck can you, as a rational, modern ape, how can you believe that the seas came from God sneezing? I wish I had a video feed right now so you could see my fucking face, my friend. I really fucking do, because I'm fucking serious. I want to know how the fuck any grown-ass man in the year 2026 can believe that the planet Earth has seas because God fucking sneezed. That's what that's kind of what I want to fucking know. That's kind of what I want to fucking know. So if you can answer that question, like, tell me how you can believe that, I'd be very happy. See, I've already asked more questions than you have, and that's not very fair.
Problem with your theories, your science, you need to have more faith than I do in my Lord. Okay, evolution. Yeah. If evolution existed, let me ask you this question. Why is it that only we, men and women, are able to, are the only ones on this planet with the capability of reasoning and the way we interact with each other and how we are versus animals, right? Why are we the only ones? Why didn't other species of animals evolve into bipedal or, sentient beings?
My fucking God. Do I still have...
Oh my goodness. Becky, look at her Bible.
Like,
It
what the
is
actual fuck, bro? Like, okay. For one, there were a whole lot of other sentient beings, and through a collection of climate catastrophe, and right now there's a whole lot of sentient fucking beings on this planet besides fucking humans, you arrogant prick. Again, like, people just need to listen to what the natives have to say. But clearly there are other animals on this planet that use reason, maybe on a much smaller level. There were lots of other, what you would call species that had evolved much like we have, but through climate catastrophe, through our ability to make tools, which is fundamentally going to be my answer to your question, is I personally believe, this is a belief, this isn't, I'm not making a knowledge claim here. This is a belief that I have off of knowledge, but this is my belief. I'm not claiming this is true. This is just what I believe. I think that what makes us special is the fact that we create tools And not only do we create tools, we innovate on the tools that we had created before. That's what makes us special. And that brain exercise, that unique brain exercise that we do, has legitimately given us one up over the rest of the animal kingdom. That would be my amateur response to you. But like, there were a lot of things that had evolved and they just aren't here anymore like that, right? Lots of different hominids. In fact, like, you know, I spent my entire life thinking Neanderthals were like these primitive cavemen, dumber than us, and that's how we exterminated them. And and then you start to learn, like, well, us exterminating them is kind of a myth. It's not kind of exactly what happened. For one, and for two, then you start to really learn, like in a lot of ways they were far superior to us, and yet they still died off. And it's really like a great mystery that I'm starting to really like delve into and become fascinated with. I've always been kind of fascinated with Neanderthals since I read Clan of the Cave Bear like a long time ago, because the author of that book did a really good job of depicting the caveman as we thought back then, the Neanderthal as we thought back then. But you know, we're constantly learning new stuff, right? But I do have to say, like, it's got to be like one of the dumbest fucking questions I've ever heard in my life. It's got to be like just straight A, grade A, dumb shittery. Like, and I've always kind of this is like that classic Kent Hovind, you know, why aren't the birds talking shit? And it's like, how do you know they're not? What do you think their songs are? You know, I've watched as dogs reasoned out that their owners are fucking bastards and reasoned out the best way to act around them. You know, we sit so arrogant in our sureness of ourselves as being the greatest thing ever. We would shit our pants if an actual intelligent species from another world did come here and we found out just how primitive we really are, right? We'd be the non-thinking beings then, wouldn't we? See, we can only see from a human lens, so I can't really blame you on the way that you see. But there is information out there, and it's just kind of common sense. Like, we are animal. Our roots, our history started animal. We used to have relationships with other species of animals, and not relationships of dominance, my friend, but true brotherhood and sisterhood. We were one of them, and they accepted us as one of them. Such arrogance. But you are human, and to be human is to be arrogant. All right, you asked another question. I'm gonna ask. Let's find something, bro. All right, so Goliath was 6 cubits in a span, right? Now, I've known some tall motherfuckers. But 6 cubits in a span is roughly 10 feet tall. How the fuck can you believe there was a 10-foot tall dude? Like, Yao Ming wasn't 10 feet. Like, I don't even think Yao Ming got to 8. You know, like, now, giantism, you're not going to be 10 feet. How the fuck can you believe that Goliath was 10 feet tall? Don't you call bullshit on that one, bro? Don't you call bullshit on that one? I call bullshit on that one, personally. He had giantus. But even then, like, you're not going to grow 10 feet tall. And isn't that usually a misconception? Like, that disease, you're not going to, like, grow bigger. I mean, I think Andre the Giant had it, and that's why. But Andre the Giant was like what 7 feet something, 7 feet 6. But usually I think it's like your brain just gets your head just gets super fucking big. I could be wrong about that. I don't know. I'd be reading some fucked up shit. Don't. In fact, I retract that statement. How are we only 4 minutes through this? He said a question for atheist, bro. I got to go to sleep soon. So, and I got other. I don't know. This might be a two-parter.
Huh?
I'm talking too much. That's the problem.
Why don't we
It's
have
all
cat
my
people?
fault.
Or bird people? Or lizard people? Oh, I'm sure you guys believe there are lizard people, I'm sure.
Yeah, Bigfoot was 10 feet tall.
Or bird people, or I think I already said that. Fish people, etc. This goes on. Why don't we have all that?
8'11".
Why
Robert
are we like the
Waldron.
only monkey?
Is there an 8'11" dude? Robert Waldron. Oh, shut up, Malwarebytes. Yes, I have new downloads. Yeah, that might be the tallest. If that's, yeah, 8'11". Holy shit. Yeah, that's a tall motherfucker right there, right? That's 8'11". Is that a little boy? Oh, that's him at age 9. Besides a 10-year-old neighbor. Holy shit. All right, so yeah, 8'11". That's pretty fucking big. That's pretty fucking big. Goliath was 6 cubits in the span. That's 10 feet tall. See, that's probably a more recent picture. That's him with his dad, who was 5'11", so normal human-sized dude. And wow, that I would not want to be that fucking tall. That's fascinating. But still, 8'11". Come on, all right. And that was unbelievable. I had to Google that shit, right? 10 feet. Come on, bro. I mean, I'm asking seriously. I truly am. That's crazy. Yeah. And dude did kind of look pretty lanky. Like Goliath was also like strong and But I don't know. All right. I guess 8'11" is close to 10, right? Like that's really only a foot off. So if you can get to 8'11", you can get to 9'11", right? That's kind of fucked up, but that's just kind of how it worked out, 9/11. If you can get to 8'11", then hypothetically, I guess. Although, and we do have to point out, let's go back to that. When was that? Because that it's definitely modern age because there was photos. Or I already deleted it, didn't I? Definitely modern age, but not like modern age. But like humans were shorter 2,000 years ago than they are now. But still, all right, we'll grant that one. All right. My chant answered for you, Christian. My chant answered for you. All right, let's get back to this dude's video because it's just a bunch of fucking nonsense, honestly.
People. It was only the monkeys that evolved into what we are today. You're dumb. Sorry, you have brain rot. Okay? You're suffering from that. I'm sorry to hear.
Wow, man. Thanks for telling me. You're probably not wrong. I mean, 49. I've been breathing in, Republican air for a good chunk of my life. You're probably not wrong. We probably all have a good deal of brain rot from the changing environment, from all the pollutants that we put up into the air, from all the radio waves and electronic waves and digital waves and all these waves floating around the air everywhere. We probably all got a bunch of fucking brain rot. Like, I don't even think that we know what the modern age does to our bodies. Like, I was just talking about, like, the other day, an article I read. I'm not so certain of the veracity of it, but it's something I want to look into about how pretty much we're all rotting from parasites, and that everybody, all the medical profession knows it. They just don't tell us because they don't really know how to fix it. And honestly, like in this day and age with Trump's FDA, like Trump just passing out FDA approvals to his homeboys. I'm pretty fucking worried that we're all fucking rotten, bro. But the brain rot you're talking about is a very different thing, right? Like, so you're talking about like the brain rot that results from existing inside bubbles, the brain rot that results from like going way too deep down some rabbit holes on the internet. And I'm not even going to deny that exists, but the only one exhibiting brain rot here is yourself. Like, you're exhibiting that Christian brain rot that so many have exhibited. It's not even original brain rot. Like, right? Like, at least like these new age rabbit hole conspiracists on the internet, at least they can say that, like, hey, this is new brain rot. Like, this is never before seen brain rot. You're just giving us that age-old Christian brain rot that's been rotting away the brains of human beings for 2,000 years and counting. So, like, I wouldn't even really brag or denounce the brain rot of others unless you take a look at your own.
But, and I'm sorry to say, anyways, just coming out with this. You can throw out whatever articles that you want to. This is what this article says in this paper, scientific paper or whatever. But what all that will boil down to is it's just a hypothesis, it's speculation, it's theory, unproven. You can't prove why we are here. You only have your faith. That lazy way out. But I have the word. Me and other believers have the word.
He has the word. He has the word. I'm trying to find this particular Bible verse I really want to throw at this motherfucker right now because he has the word. Oh, where's it at? I'm gonna find it. And I have way too many fucking Bible verses pulled up for these motherfuckers tonight. I have way too many. All right. Let's do this one. No, not that one. He has the word, so I'm looking for this very specific one, and I can't remember the verse, so I need it, and it's not popping at me. It's not popping at me. I know it went that far down. Let me go back up here. I think I'm still, because I think I went in order, or I tried to go in order of events in the Bible. And I probably shouldn't have. I should have went in order. I should have had a plan of what I was going to ask, but I don't. I didn't make no fucking plan. I just got home. It's right here. I know it is. Let's see. Let me read it real quick. Make sure this is the one that I'm looking for. I'm not sure of the context of that. Oh, maybe never mind. I'm not finding the one I'm looking for. I have probably 150 Bible verses here. We could use that one. I think this one will work. He's got the word, so he knows the truth, right? Right. This is one that everybody's gonna be familiar with. So I just made sure of it. All right. So we're gonna go to Genesis chapter 19. My man here, he has the word. So I want to show him the word that he has, and I want to ask him why the fuck he follows it. So Genesis chapter 19. And Lot went up out of Zoar and dwelt in the mountain, and his 2 daughters with him, for he feared to dwell in Zoar. And he dwelt in a cave, he and his 2 daughters. And the firstborn said unto the younger, Our father is old, and there's not a man in the earth to come in unto us after the manner of all the earth. Come, let us make our father drink wine, and we will lie with him, that we may preserve seed of our father. And they made their father drink wine that night. And the firstborn went in and lay with her father. And he perceived not when she lay down, nor when she arose. And it came to pass on the morrow that the firstborn said to the younger, Behold, I lay yesternight with my father. Let us make him drink wine this night also, and go thou in and lie with him, that we may preserve seed of our father. So, I just have to ask you, you've got the word, bro. You've got the word, and you follow this word. And why the fuck do you follow this nasty ass shit? Why do you follow this nasty ass shit? Right? Lot had offered those same daughters to a mob earlier. And Lot would go on to be some great man of God, But why do you follow this nasty ass perverse shit? I'm seriously fucking asking. You've got the word.
And we know we have a creator. So feel free to continue believing what you want to believe. You're in for a very horrible time in the future, unfortunately. And
What's up, Ziamara?
I wish I could help you get to the point where you.
I'm going to try to be more aware of chat.
But you're not
as I do it this time.
You're stubborn. You're stiff-necked.
Talk to you guys a little more.
The word speaks about people like you. And so you're going to go to a place where...
I have to say, your questions for atheists suck, bro.
You're going to have your darkness forever. You're going to have
If you wanted to, preach at us, you could have said,
but
preaching to atheists.
In a place where... you're constantly burning alive.
All right,
tormented. No rest.
So is he giving us Pascal's wager now? We're gonna get our blackness and we're gonna get our darkness, but only we're gonna be burning alive forever. I mean, what a sick, deranged, twisted fuck, right? He probably beats off to that shit. Right. And I'm just going to say it. If there is a God of the universe, if there's, I was watching, they say he's the smartest man on earth. I can't remember his name, but he's got an IQ of 200. Right. But he can't be too smart because the thing I was watching, he was talking to Michael Knowles. So he's got to pretty much be a fucking idiot. But he was talking logical reasons for God's existence and shit. Right. I forgot where I was going with it, but clearly, an IQ 200 dude. What was I trying to say? It was he was making a case that the universe. All right, yeah, the universe. It exists. And by existing, that means it has identity. And because it has identity, that means that God exists. Because God is the identity of the universe. And it was some of the most retarded shit I ever fucking heard in my life. And this guy is supposedly a 200 IQ dude, right? And it just goes to show when we're talking about brain rot, there's no greater brain rot than Christianity. Because it can even make the smartest man potentially in the history of the planet. Because I think fucking Newton Newton was like 185, right? When it comes to IQ, Einstein was 160. Maybe the smartest man in the history of the fucking planet can still be made retarded by religion. And I know I'm not supposed to use the R word, and I am going to try to get it back out of my vocabulary, but goddamn it, I'm not going to be PC and really care about it anymore. I'm just not. But I am going to try to get it back out of my vocabulary because I do understand it rubs people the wrong way. Although it shouldn't, because sometimes it's just the best goddamn word to describe some stupid fucking people. And in fact, like, I would say, like, to associate like mentally challenged people to the word retarded is what's fucked up. Like, that shouldn't be the thing, right?
And it doesn't stop. No release. And that's your choice. It is your choice. A lot of people want to come and mock me and stuff. That's fine. You're not mocking me. You're mocking the Lord. Because I am giving you what the word says, and the word is
yeah,
coming
like
from the Lord.
I know from like personal experience, like usually the smart people are kind of like just stupid. You know, they don't really have common sense. You know, my brother's a certified genius, and the motherfucker has no common sense, and he's just a straight narcissist. I would hope most geniuses aren't, but I could see where it might add fuel to some narcissism if you are a genius.
Lord, and no, I can't prove it.
But like
It's the
my
claim,
brother is
but
like
you
a
can't
certified genius, like a certified genius. He's too fucking smart for his own fucking good. Never read a book in his life, and I don't fucking get it. But fuck that dude anyway.
Prove it either, right? So the end, at the end, when everything is said and done, the end will show the truth. And I know that in the end, it's going to be the Lord, and you're going to be ashamed. Sadly, very ashamed. So
I'm
that's
not
gonna be it,
ashamed,
really, for this video.
and I'll get back to my ultimate point that I was gonna make. Like, if this God does exist, right? Like, I think that it would, for one, probably not judge anybody, right? Like, so if this God does exist, if say there is an identity to the universe, and God is that identity, right? It's not your fucking God, because it's not going to be some redneck fucking asshole that's going to have biases and prejudice, right? It's not if it loves us as a creation, as you so goddamn claim, it's not going to send most of us to an eternity of the worst pain imaginable. You know, it's fucking sick of you to even believe that shit, honestly. Like, people need to start telling people, like, this is deranged of you to believe this. You are mentally ill. And I'm not saying that to scare you or to demean you. I'm saying that so you can get some fucking help. Because this is not healthy thinking. To want this, to think that this is true. If this identity exists, right? And it creates a paradise, it's going to be for all of us. And I would argue that paradise, the only thing it needs to do to be said paradise is the ability to forget this fucking shit, this fucking existence, because so far this existence under the yokel of capitalism is hell. That's the torture. That's the eternal damnation, the eternal burning. It's this fucking existence under you motherfuckers for 2,000 years.
There you go. Short and sweet. I have a lot to do. Okay, this year.
Who doesn't, bro? We all
something's
got a lot to
happening,
do.
good things.
It's 2026.
Looking forward
it's the
to it.
modern age.
And I'm not going to be able to come on and make more videos until after some of these things get done. But God willing, when they do, I will show progress and all that.
And all that. All what? Like, he's just rambling now. Are you going to do that for 5 more minutes, bro?
For those who want to continue to comment and mock and laugh, continue, please.
Oh, I will.
I'm leaving your comments up. I'm not deleting
I give you
your
props
comments.
for that. Like seriously, I
If
do.
your
I give him
comment
props for that.
happens
'Cause some of these comments are just like fucking hilarious. Like, all right, let's not be stupid and get to where we can see them. This is your brain on religion. That's a good one. I really dig that comment. And he's left him up. He's true to his word. Bro did not cook with this one. Fire emojis. Should we read the replies? I don't know why that tickles me. That makes me laugh. Well, he responded. He said, "You win some, you lose some. I definitely should not have posed these questions. Unbelievers do love to try to make fun of God's word as fairy tales, but evolution, oh yeah, that's solid." He's throwing a pity party in his comment section. I mean, really? You need far more faith to believe we came from an accident. Truly the dumbest thing ever to come out of the imagination of men. Anyway, thanks for the comment and Happy New Year. Oh, I'm evil. I'm evil. I am evil. I'm sorry, bro. You deserve all of this. You put atheist between quotations because you don't know what words mean. And it only gets dumber from there. Oh my! So like, yeah, they were brutal, and bro kept that shit up. He kept that up. He's a trooper. You think I bet he reads them every day.
To get deleted, it wasn't me. It was YouTube. I leave it up.
I used to.
The reason why is because I want people who come by who like to read comics.
Like, I used to like read my worst comments over and over and over and over again. I'd sit there and get drunk and just dwell on that shit. Like, I'm gonna find that motherfucker.
Sections. I want them to be able to see what you're saying foolishly. Okay? And that's gonna be it. Hope everybody has a happy new year, regardless of how you feel.
I gotta be done with this guy, but that's a great question. Oh, what did I do? Stop it. That's a great question. Halcyonic. Why do people think that if it didn't happen by way of God, then it wasn't quote unquote accident? I truly agree. Like, for one, like, I personally subscribe to Big Bang Theory. It makes the most sense to me, right? Like, I think that there's a whole bunch of evidence behind it. A bunch of evidence I don't fucking understand because I didn't go to school to learn that shit. But I understand that it is evidence, and some of that evidence I do understand quite well. Some of that evidence I've studied thoroughly now, trying to debunk Matt Powell. It's one of the, I'm going to have to say Matt Powell did a lot of good things for me in my life. I would have never really cared enough about evolution to study it more than what I had learned in school if I hadn't come across Matt Powell. And I was like, wait, what? No. And I had to go look up, whatever the fuck he was saying. But yeah, I definitely don't know much about evolution, but for fuck's sake, bro, it's not. It's a theory. There's a lot of theories out there. There's a lot of possibilities of how this universe happened. Accident. What is an accident in terms of the universe? Like, is that possible? In order for accident, does there must be sentience, right? So like the only accident the only way the universe could be accidental is if God caused it to be accidental. Like if the universe was accidental to God, right? Like, so the only accident here is from your God, bro. And that explains the universe. That gives much more legitimacy to the God hypothesis when it comes to the universe. I think that, like, it's all just a big fucking God accident than some divine plan by an omnipresent being. If God was omnipresent, then why the fuck did he get tired after 7 days? And I mean, if he was a triple O God, motherfucker wouldn't be getting tired. Right? Like, just think about it with your big brain. Okay? All right, but we're gonna be done with this guy. A long way to go, and I doubt I'm gonna make it there. I should have known like one would be enough with the way I talk. Maybe I should make one enough for the way I talk. Do we need to get into another one? I've got more verses. I got a whole lot more verses. Like so many more verses that I could just throw at Christians all night long. I'm going to save these verses for later use. Like here's a good one. It's Genesis 4. All right, so Genesis 4:17 says, "And Cain knew his wife, and she conceived and bare Enoch, and he builded a city and called the name of the city after the name of his son Enoch." All right, the problem is Cain knew his wife, right? But the only woman alive on the planet at that time was his mom. It never names the wife. It never names the wife. So if Cain knew his wife, does that mean Cain's wife was his mom? Eve? Bruh? Can you answer that one? And why the fuck do you follow this nasty ass shit? Seriously, bro. Seriously. This dude has 10 questions. I definitely don't have time to answer them. I definitely don't have time. I think we'll make this a series, maybe. We'll make this a series. So the next one up is the deity of Christ. 23.7K subscribers. I see you. So yeah, he'll be our next one up because I seriously I gotta work tomorrow. Go get a camera. And I could do this all night and I'd have fun doing it. And I gotta be better than before. But Raging is back, bitches. Raging is back. And he's going to bed. Go to bed, Knock. I am. This was fun. I haven't done this in too long. We need to do this more. Yeah. I'm going to try to make sure I save this. So the best way for me to save it, because I never thumbs up shit, right? We're going to thumbs up. We're going to give these Christians some thumbs up. So it'll be right on top of my thumbs up feed. So don't like, I can do a Christian feed. Next stream I want to talk some politics. So I'm going to kind of maybe gather some things to talk about politically wise. Maybe that'll be tomorrow. It depends on how late I work or how much I work. But it'll be soon. I'll be back soon. It's really good to see everybody. It's good to see the core still here. We are going to build this thing. We're going to build a new channel. But I really want to build this channel again, too. I want to get those conversations hopping. In order to get those conversations hopping, the channel's got to be hopping. Christians have got to be looking and watching, hate watching like they used to. When did I lose my hate watching Christians? I don't know. And I don't even think I noticed when I lost them. But we got to get back at that. I got to get back at that. This was fun tonight. I missed it. And I can't wait till I can have a video feed, because I know some of the faces I've been making tonight was like, what the fuck? All right. Y'all have a wonderful evening. If you enjoyed the content, show some love to the channel. Subscribe, like, all that good jazz. Gonna build this thing back up. I forgot how I used to end my shows. So I'm just going to say goodnight, and I'll see you soon. Well, I'm coming for you pagans too, secular pagan mom. But you're a fun pagan. You're fun. I am gonna have some things to say about some pagans, but I'm not talking about you, Secular Pagan Mom, when I say them. I'm talking about old shit that I'm just gonna kind of reflect on. But y'all have a good night. It's really good to see you again, Secular Pagan Mom. Trusty 8, Marty, Bree. What's up, Bree? I didn't see you was here. Halcyonic, Godless Spectrumite, Roman Catholic Exposed. Everybody that joined tonight, everybody that's gonna watch on the playback. I'll see you guys soon.